Sometimes it's just easier to understand data when you can display it in a table. Evernote makes it simple to illustrate trends and patterns. I'm Dave Edwards. Today I want to show you how to do it. I post weekly videos having to do with how best to use Evernote, so please subscribe below. I'm always surprised when I find clients who keep a lot of notes in Evernote. They may create elaborate outlines, but they don't use tables. Someone told me that tables are too complicated to set up, but when I showed them some very easy tricks, my client started to use them regularly and then admitted that when he shares a note with someone, they look a whole lot better and are much easier to understand. So on the desktop app, just hit the Insert button and select Table. You can also add tables on the phone app, but it's not as easy as creating them on your desktop. Click on that and you are ready to go. You can also right-click anywhere on the table and add a row or column. So you see what happens here is once I get my cursor here, I'll start to see a blue plus mark. You click on that and it's added another column. You come down here and it's added another row. If you select two or more of your columns and come over and hit the plus button, it will duplicate both. Now, if you want to resize a column, making it bigger or smaller, just hover over the column divider line like this, and you can slide it accordingly. Make it smaller or make it larger. You can also make them really pretty by adding colors. If you want to change the color of a cell, you just come over where you see the little down arrow key, click on that, and now you can select any number of colors that you might want to use for that cell. And then once you have that color set, you can then type your text as normal. And now, for example, if you change the type to white, you've got a nice contrast for the color. You can also highlight that cell and that word, and you can center it. And now you've got a nice colored heading for that column. You can come over here again and decide if you want to align that text at the top, the center, or the bottom. Here is how you delete your column or a row, or delete the entire table. Let's go back to a simple two-column table so I can respond to a couple of questions I've received. People have asked me how you can insert pictures in a column format in an Evernote note. Well, the way to do it right now is to use tables. So here we have a two-column table, and if I want to insert a picture into this cell, I just go to Insert, click on Image, find the image that I want to insert, and there's the image. That's the easiest way of aligning images. Tables are great when you want to display exact numbers and values, or when you want your reader to see comparisons. Fairly recently, we were car shopping, and I made a spreadsheet so we could compare features and costs. It was then easy to share this information with my wife, and because it was on my phone, it was easier when we continued to visit various auto dealers. I'm sure that you can find a million ways in which tables will work for you. I like to share tips and tricks for Evernote right here on this channel, but also I go in depth on how best to set up and use Evernote to its fullest in my online course, Evernote for Beginners. Even if you're not a brand new user of Evernote, I think you will find some of the tips and tricks inside the course to be very helpful. Find out more at daveedwardsmedia.com. Just click on courses.